What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Abby and I warmly welcome you to the Caribbean and to my yardstead here in Trinidad and Tobago. In the intro before I said container garden, I'm still getting used to saying yardstead, so sometimes I might slip up unknowingly, but really and truly it's a really small urban yardstead that I have here. I've started raising my own meat, and we have been growing our vegetables for many years now. And the only thing is that when we were growing our vegetables, before we had the chicken coop, we used to actually plant in the ground right here to my right. We used to plant right here in this corner, and we used to get quite a bit from this garden. It helped a lot. It actually helped us to save to buy that car behind us, and to keep growing each year. So guys, this evening we are going to be putting some seeds in the ground. Usually when I'm making a dish called callaloo, a Trinidadian dish, I like to do it in bulk. And I realized in my freezer I had no more okra. Now before I left to go to Barbados, I had two plants that were now starting to produce, and as you know, when okra pods stay on the plant, it doesn't keep producing. It peters out rather quickly, so picking those pods off the okra plant keeps the plant in optimum production. But I wasn't here, and my husband, he's not a garden guy. I'm not gonna hide that fact. Not that he isn't trying, but he's just not a guy who will come outside and look at the plants. So those okra pods stayed, because it's in the back of the house, it stayed on those plants, and even though I did prune them back and they're now reshooting, I right now have no okras in stock, and I had to buy okras, guys. And would you believe it when I told you in 2 days those okras that I bought were black? They were black and melting in my fridge. I have a big problem with that. So I'm going to be putting some okra seeds and a couple other seeds in the ground today. One of you suggested that you would like to see me growing beetroot, so I dug and I dug and I dug looking for beetroot seeds, and I came across in the freezer, because I keep my seeds in the freezer, so I came across this Detroit dark red beets, and I was racking my brain, where could I possibly plant these beetroots? And so I decided that I'm going to plant them in the pineapple trough. The pineapple is going to take quite a while before it starts harvesting, and these will be in and out before we know it. Those pineapples wouldn't even blink. They wouldn't even know they were there, because pineapples take about 18 months before they actually start to flower. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen in my case. Whenever the pineapple decides to produce, it produces. So we're going to find space in that pineapple trough to plant these beetroots. I have never been, I shouldn't say that, once since living in Trinidad and Tobago, I've been successful in growing beetroot, and that was 13 years ago. And since then I have catch my ninnins, guys, ninnins, to get beetroots grown. So we're going to try it. Thanks, subscriber, for pushing me in that direction. I think it's Jane. I think it's Jane was the name of the subscriber that suggested it. I also want to get some cayenne peppers started, and some other stuff, guys. I'm not too sure what we're going to get planted today. Last night I did plant, however, some marigolds, some cucumbers, some jalapenos, and onions. I got some onions in the ground. I actually planted out the whole seed packet of those onions, because it was saying that it was packaged in 2022, and people were saying that by the year 2, onion seeds, the germination rate drops drastically. So I'm trying to see if I could get just like a last minute ditch to get as much production from those seeds. So I planted all of them. I think it's about 200 seeds in a seed tray, and I'm just hoping that we can get some onions, some good onions from that, guys. So let's stop yakking and get to planting in the back, and I'll see you guys there. Okay guys, before we head to the back, let me give you a quick run through of the garden. Honestly, I prefer if I had the garden spread out, but this is working out because I put a post, I think today, that I placed the garden in the sun. I'm consciously working on making sure that the garden gets as much direct sunlight as possible. The plants are so far looking really good as we push them all in this corner, and we're gonna, as time goes by, we're gonna work and twerk it as much as possible. The only thing that I found that I'm not really liking being here is the cauliflower who were blooming in the shade. They're looking pretty sad, so I think I might harvest these out because these actually wilt pretty badly in the heat of the day. So I might harvest out these guys soon. But look, all these guys we put in the sun, and this one already wants to send out a flower. That's a zinnia. I've been leaving that. I wanted basil seeds, guys. I found this little straggly thing and I stuck it in dirt, and when I came back, it's doing so well. Now it's blooming, and that's exactly what I want. I'm trying to attract more bees to the garden. So all in all, the plants are looking really good. The zucchini, now that's in the sunlight, look at that, guys. Look at what's going on in there. Baby zucchini coming on there. And the flowers opened. My husband trimmed the fence line, and he said when he was trimming the fence line, all inside the fence had the spider mites, guys, and he said some white little bug that was landing and biting him. So basically that probably what was biting my skin and making me react. So we had to spray the yard when he cut the fence. He didn't get the inside done. The outside we had to spray as a preventative so that whatever was flying in the air doesn't stay on my vegetable garden. So we did have to spray for it. We're hoping that we could stay on top of it this year. We just want to have at least one win in our pockets when it comes to these spider mites. But I'm not going to give them too much thought this year. Guys, look, the beetroot is is looking better. It's actually greening up and sending out new growth. It's doing pretty good there. The peppers, they're all looking good. All looking good. The tomato, though, it did not fare well. It didn't fare well at all. So I will have to start a new tomato plant. I don't know if I will do that. Tomatoes are giving me a hard time these days. I have to get out here and water, but all this, the green onion, they're doing good. The thyme is looking okay. It's looking like it's coming back. The new growth is looking a bit more promising. All here was sad looking. So we'll see how that comes by. The pak choy is doing good. The cabbage is doing good. The parsley is doing okay. Doesn't look like it's rotten. We're gonna see together, guys, how this goes. We're really gonna see how this goes, guys. But the parsley seems to be doing okay with this gravel mixed in on the upper level of the soil. The sweet peppers, this red amaranth is quite beautiful. Red is my favorite color. It's quite beautiful. I can't wait to taste it. And yeah, more cabbages. It's doing great. The sweet potato is doing great. All these guys are doing great. The cauliflower over here is doing excellent. So this is in the shade most of the day, all the time actually. This is another sweet potato, guys. Remember when we planted this out 2 months ago? Really looking forward to seeing how this experiment goes. And now on this side, I actually have a volunteer pumpkin, and I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it. I'm going to feed it right there. I'm going to direct it where it could send some roots down in this pot down here. I'm just going to leave that pot so that it could, I'm seeing some budgies, some amaranth growing in there. Amaranth growing everywhere actually. Once you plant amaranth, you will always have it. All of these are volunteer amaranths. I'm leaving that. Hopefully I can get a crop before the onions come in. I could harvest this out, and I actually plan to use this container, this suitcase container, for the onions. This one and another one over there. Yeah, the dragon fruit, guys, branched out in many different directions up there. It's doing really good. Probably not seeing it from that angle, but the dragon fruit is really happy where it is. And don't forget, this is planted into a bag of gravel, and all I do occasionally is top dress it with the compost. Lumps of compost. I have another one here, another plant that I have to get another bag of gravel for, but basically it's just a bag of gravel, and that bag of gravel costs 30 Trinidad dollars, and some compost, some homemade compost, and it's doing really good in that container. This is the mulberry. Mulberry is looking really good. It likes where it is. I'm hoping that we can get fruit. I also top dressed that with some compost. The celery is doing good as well. I realize celery likes a bit of shade, so I'm hoping that I can get this lemon tree to branch out and give it a bit more shade. I'm realizing this is a new plant here in the yard stead. This is garlic chives. I brought this home with me, and I am excited to try it out because garlic is something that's really difficult to grow in the Caribbean. But if we can get the garlic flavor in garlic chives, because I've been trying many years now with garlic chive seeds, and I've never gotten it germinated, but I was able to pick this up in a plant store in Barbados. So we're gonna see how all these experiment goes. I'm loving that flower plant over here, the Portulaca. I'm loving it here in the morning. It's really nice, and it loves sun. Apparently it loves sun more than it does shade. The lemons, they're getting bigger. They're getting bigger on the plant. So, yep, rough skin lemon. So it's really good. I'm really happy so far with how things are progressing. I don't expect it to be perfect, but once it's something that I could work with and keep growing with knowledge. Gardening, you don't get it all perfect. Want to keep learning with each era, with each experience, then you're doing something right. So let me grab my seeds. Oh, let me show you the packet of seeds that I oh man. This is the packet of seeds that I planted, the onion seeds. This is the one I got again from Tropical Go, and this one is both the red and the green mix. So I don't know which one's gonna germinate. We'll just see together. And down here, my herb bed, I stuck some more. I actually bought some pine thyme, and some pieces had roots on them. This one looks like it's about to stand up. I'm hoping they come by. I hope they grow. Before I used to stick them in water, but I think sticking them in really moist soil is the way to go, so that they don't have a hard time transitioning from water to soil. So I've been trying that out to see how it goes. The pine thyme in the blue container, that one was stuck right into soil and it catch. So you can also do it straight into soil. I need more shadow benny, so I'm gonna pick some of these seeds and sprinkle them all over. Could never have too much shadow benny. This is our secret herb in our dishes here in Trinidad and Tobago. We love a shadow benny. All right. Oh, behind me, the Christophine, I stuck it in here. My husband actually suggested that I don't put the what's that plant? The avocado plant in here. He said because if we were ever to need to move the plants, it would be really hard to move an avocado tree in here. So We're gonna have to find a forever home for that avocado somewhere else, not in this drum. So I decided I will just put the Christophine and allow it to grow up here onto this trellis. It has to be cleaned up, but I'm not touching that vine because I don't want my skin to break back out. So yeah, the Christophine is growing. Grow, baby tree, grow. I'm silly. I just like, as we say, I just like the skylark. So we're going to head to the back and plant these seeds. I actually lent out my tripod, guys, to someone who was having a wedding, and I didn't get it back yet, and so I had to create something. I had to create something to hold you. So while we're planting, I'm hoping that it holds together and we have fun together. All right, so let's go and get these seeds planted. All right, so this is the pineapple trough that I'm talking about, guys. I'm going to find spots to plant these things out into. All right. Look, guys, this one is empty. I didn't put any ginger in this one, so I could put ginger in that one, and I could try and stick some beetroot in the middle here, and I am going to throw in some okra tree seeds here just to get germination, and then I will move them out. This is the okra tree that I'm talking about. You probably won't see it with the sun being directly in your eye there, but yeah, everything is looking good in the back here. Everything is looking good. I replanted. The Tanya is reshooting, but unfortunately I'm not seeing this one reshooting. I'm not seeing anything. It looks like it's rotten in fact. Yeah. Anyway, I'll plant some of the little ones that I got from it, and we can move forward from there. This okra plant here, I'm going to pull it up. It's not looking so wholesome. I'm going to pull up this little stalk. I tried trimming it back to hopes with it re-shooting, but it's not looking like it's going to happen. And yeah, this is my favorite okra, guys. The okra long. It's a sweeter and longer pod. It's quite more forgiving. It takes way longer. It takes a week before it gets really hard. And so I really like this variety okra more than any other okra that I've ever grown. The okra long or the deer horn. Oh man, this soil looks good, guys. The soil looks amazing. Ooh, earthworms. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Yeah, the soil is looking really good in here, man. I hope. Oh no, no, no. Alright, guys, so let me put you on the tripod and let's get in here prepared for a bit of beetroot seeds. Could you believe I pressed down the seeds? I didn't know where I put them. It took me a good 2 minutes to find these seeds. So like I said, so we're planting the Detroit dark red beets. It says here most popular standard variety with dark red color. So it doesn't specifically say for the Caribbean, but so far the seeds that I've been buying from Tropical Gold has been performing, and I no longer will um, actively sort out seeds from countries that are more colder cooler than where I am. I'm gonna try and always source seeds that are for the Caribbean, the tropics. Once it says tropics on it, I am sold. So guys, these seeds are cluster seeds. So sometimes beetroot will give you more than one plant, sometimes up to 4 plants you can get from one seed. So I am going to create a nice little trench. I'm going to try and create all the nooks and crannies that I can in this trough. I am building soil up where I shouldn't, and soil is getting into the heart of my pineapple plants, and that should not be happening. I'll try and get it out. Don't want to get soil in the middle of your plants, your pineapple plants at all. Encourages rotting. If you're shaking, I have you clamped onto the troughs. So I'm trying to get out all the soil from in the middle of the plant. Don't want them to rot at all. Alright, so let me just level out all this soil. Take out the soil from the hearts that did get soil in it. The soil is so rich, so beautiful. There's some dirt in areas that I'm not happy about, so I'm gonna focus on this for a minute. And okay, that's the best I can do. Pineapple plants have these thorns on the side. And when they get into your skin, it hurts like crazy until you get it out. All right, so I'm just gonna plant these seeds, and I hope that they germinate because I'm looking at the soil and it is full of life, guys. And you know, the bugs in the soil, they love to eat our seeds. But I don't have any um, potting mix. But what I do have is some coconut coir. You know what? Let me do a bit of research on my phone and see if I can grow it in the coconut coir and probably put it in the coconut coir and let it germinate and then put it in here because I'm seeing lots of living things in here that I know will chow on my seed. So let me do that and I will come back and let you know. So yeah, we can do it in coconut coir. It says that you can germinate seeds in the coconut coir because it retains moisture really well in the coconut coir, but it recommends that we use coconut coir peat because it's finer and we need to stay on top of the water and we need to be very careful because coconut coir retains the moisture so well. We don't want it to be soggy, so I have to get it just right and we don't want it to dry out either. So I'm glad about that. So I'm gonna fill in. I have this seedling tray that I have here. I want to do it this way because when I'm going to transplant, I don't want to do a whole set of disturbance of, the roots. So I'm going to plant one seed in a hole. So when I'm ready to transplant, if they germinate well, I just need to poke a pencil or a stick under there and I will have a whole plug and I could just plant the whole plug. That's what I want to do. Even if it has four plants in it, I think that soil is rich enough that it can handle growing the beetroot in it, as well as over there is partially shade. It gets sun about 11 o'clock till about 5 o'clock and it's back into the shade. So it's pretty good. It's a pretty good area, I think, because it says beetroot does not like a lot of heat. It doesn't do well in the heat, so I'm praying that this goes well. Again, I thank that subscriber for the suggestion. I really do. So I'm gonna get this seedling tray filled in, and we will get these seeds planted together. Oh boy, my gloves. If you guys only know how much antics I'm going through to get this made up tripod to work. Right now it's twisted, but I'm so afraid to touch it because I don't want it to move. uh, as uncomfortable this is, I'm still glad I was able to help somebody out on their wedding day. They could use the tripods to record this special moment. All right, so this is the coconut coir, you guys. The last bit I had, and I just threw it into some water, and so I'm gonna fill in this whole tray with the peat, and I'm gonna try and stick in as many different plants I can in this, and I hope that they all come. I'm also going to rest this tray in another tray I'm going to show you later, and bottom water these trays because I also planted the onions in a seed tray just like this, and I plan to bottom water um, to allow the peat to pull up all the moisture that it needs to be properly hydrated. I'm also doing it that way too because peat doesn't have a lot of nutrients. It has no nutrients actually. So I'm going to be mixing the water into mixing fertilizer into the water. You guys know that I tried um, making my own liquid fertilizer using the blood from the chickens that we processed. So I'm going to use that as a feed for these plants. As soon as I see germination and these plants are sticking up out of the soil, I should really have my shovel, but I don't know where it is. Ah, my trusty Chinese chopper right here. The chickens right here listening to me. They say, "Who you talking to, girl? You talking to the peoples." I'm so happy with the way the garden is going, guys. The plants seem to be growing. The leaves are nice and green. So I'm really looking forward. They haven't only been planted a couple days now. So I'm looking forward to see how they do, and I'm really looking forward to see if my main culprit for lack of production was the sunlight. Yes, we had the spider mite um, problem, but um, the garden is in a lot of shade, and my husband and I were talking about it this morning. So that might have been our problem too, because we're based in the north. The house is facing north, which is a beautiful, beautiful place to face because it has a mountainous view. It's quite picturesque, especially on a clear morning, clear, crisp morning. It's really beautiful to just pull the curtains back and watch your coffee, but it's not good for gardening. So if you want to situate your garden, it is recommended, highly recommended, that your garden faces south. There you will get as much sunlight for your garden. Yeah, and I don't want to do this too dense. This is pretty good. Yeah, this is pretty good. So let me get the seeds. I'm not good with um, controlling seeds in gloves. I had my little box here with my cords. These seeds were already in my hand, so I just threw it in the box here. Put back in my gear, what I had in the cupboard. All right. So, like I was mentioning, now you can see the seeds at a better angle. These seeds are cluster seeds. So, as I was saying, more than one plant can possibly come from one seed. So, we are going to see how the germination rate on these go. It says do not bury the seeds deeply in the coconut coir. Just shallow. I don't even know. Shallow plant the beetroots into this. So I'm just going to plant 2 rows and hope that we get good germination out of it. The goal is always to grow where we can reduce our consumption costs. And guys, homegrown is like no other. Takes a few minutes out of your schedule. Um, tree seeds. Yeah. Takes a few um, minutes out of your schedule to get these things planted. I also planted um, a silver Yamato watermelon. You guys know that I love watermelon. So I definitely needed to plant my watermelons because it does really well in the dry. Watermelons does not like a lot of moisture, in my opinion. What I've seen, it does better at this time of the year to me. All right, so our beetroot is planted. Let me get my bag of seeds here. I have so many seeds inside the house. Like I said, I'm not buying any more seeds from overseas. I'm going to focus on just buying seeds locally. All these seeds with a survival gardener, these do really well. These peppers, stuff like this I might buy, you know. But since I have it, I hope that I can always have these seeds. Zinnia reproduce readily in the garden. So let me get some peppers. I don't need a lot of this. I actually don't have containers. That's so sad, isn't it? Struggling for containers and sunlight. So sad, guys. Alright, so I planted 4 cayenne peppers. I want to plant, what's this? Calendula, straw flowers. These were amazing. These cosmos, this pink cosmo, the burgundy. Oh, it was amazing. I'm going to start some more um, pat choy. This is tall boy. This was delicious. Now we never use store-bought pat choys for salad because it actually does have a soapy taste to it. No matter how you wash it, it does not taste right. So we don't ever buy pat choy to make salad. We um, we only, I'm gonna put 2 in a cell with the pat choy. We only use homegrown because the store-bought ones for salad is really disappointing. Don't know what they spray it with or soak it in. It's really disappointing, guys. So we're gonna grow this. Pat choy is quite versatile in the Caribbean cuisine. All right. Um, what's this? Oh, it's a tomato cherries. Oh, this has bok choy in it as well. Let me see if I have any tomato seeds in this. I grew this tomato before. It's called super sweet. It was delicious and prolific. Oh no, it's only bok choy seeds in here. Okay, so I don't have any super sweet left. The rain is coming down. I am gonna start some dill. Like I said, guys, we are not quite in the rainy season. And it's quite frustrating. I gotta move you out of the rain. Let me get these dill in their seedling trays quickly. Alright, good. Get you out of rain. I've clamped you onto the chicken door. This is my mic here. I even let my mic, guys. This is my secondary mic. I believe in backups now. Okay, so I'm just picking up all my seeds, make sure they don't get wet. I'm gonna plant some of this as well. We absolutely love butternut squash more than pumpkins. This one was really nutty, really tasty. It also gave large fruits, and so I'm gonna plant 2 of these. I plant it far away from the others as well, because these tend to get big quickly. Right. I was going to plant the cantaloupe, but I changed my mind. Oh, I'm throwing away my seeds. There's a cantaloupe that fell out. Oh, this one. Someone told me that I should try this one. Collard greens. I've had it in my fridge for so long. I've never tasted it. I shouldn't say that. I've tasted it. in the American collard green dish. I didn't like it how they did it, but I heard that the plant itself is tasty. So I'm gonna plant a couple and see whether we like them. I hope I can remember who is who. You guys will remind me, right? Alright, so that's that. That's that, guys. I really wanted to plant a tomato. Oh, look at this tomato, guys. This one is a Roma tomato. I'm going to tell you what it says. It's a popular saladette tomato that's well established in the Caribbean, and we can harvest in 60 days. Tomato, tomato. We're still having lots of rain, but we're going to give you a try, tomato. See how this goes. So, Roma tomatoes are really meaty, and they're also more prolific than the slicing tomatoes. So I'm going to plant three tomato seeds, and we're going to have to go on a hunt for more containers and more soil, but I have no more soil. All right, where do I put you? I'm going to put you all in one cell, a triangle shape. Oh, it's four of them. Okay, I put all of them in one cell, and that's it. I'm not planting anymore. Oh no, there's this one. My aunt gave me this one, guys. This one is also a butternut, but she said it's long, like super huge. I'm gonna plant this one. I'm not gonna plant it in this. I'm gonna plant it directly where the Christophine is, so that it has a bigger chance. Look at the size of these seeds. It's huge for a butternut squash. So I saw her harvest. It's like a huge butternut squash. She says it tastes just like a butternut squash, nutty, sweet. Oh, so that's up my alley. So I'm gonna plant these seeds in the drum with the Christophine, and hopefully it doesn't hinder the Christophine from growing. Plant by faith. All right, guys. Oh, no. Oh, that's a lot of kale seeds, man. I'm gonna put this back in the packet. Oh man, it's a good thing I do that. I probably have like 10 seeds left in here. No, no, no. It's not, want not. All right. Just in case you're wondering what type of kale, it's a dinosaur one, or what they call lacinato, the dinosaur kale. All right. Let's seal this properly. I also like that the tropical gold seeds come in a Ziploc container and a mylar container, a mylar bag. So the seeds are kept in really good condition. You can tell that this is a Caribbean person who did this, because they're thinking about every possible thing a Caribbean person may go through. And seeds are not easy to come by. So I love the packaging. Okay, so we're going to plant them in here. And I'm going to plant them away from the Christophine. So I'm going to plant it down in the corner over here. I can't angle you better, guys. I'm sorry. This is a DIY tripod, if you will. So I'm just going to stick these seeds in here. The rain is looking to come again. And we're going to hope that these two squash seeds germinate in there. All right, guys, the rain is coming with more force. So this is where I'm going to leave you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your suggestions in the comment section. Your comments mean a lot to me. So continue comments down below. Give me some suggestions of what you think I can attempt growing here in the yardstead. And even if it's just to say hello or some encouragement not to give up, I will appreciate it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Join us here in Caribbean Charm, where we try to grow what we eat and eat what we grow, and encourage our tropical growers not to sit down and do nothing. We have sunshine all year round. There must be something, despite the challenges with the insects, there must be something that we can do. Our forefathers did it, we can do it too. Please, if you haven't already, hit the like button. Your likes helps the YouTube algorithm to push out my videos to persons who are interested in growing a garden. And please hit the notification bell, the all notification bell, where every time I post a video, it will pop up on your feed and you would know that I did put something out. See you guys in the next one, okay? I'm really happy today. I'm feeling energetic. I'm feeling optimistic. I'm passing that on to you. Later, guys. Bye.